Detroit Lions fans, Detroit Den 313 back with another one. Stephen Will here, ready to talk some Detroit Lions football. But before we do, hit that subscribe button if for some reason you haven't, or if you're just stumbling upon us, and think about becoming a member because you can win all types of free stuff. It's not about us, it's about you. Free signed memorabilia. We got tickets potentially going away. We got gift cards. We got all types of things. Jerseys. I can't even remember all of the stuff. We got so much stuff. So think about it. Not required, but highly recommended. Steve, what's going on? What we talking about? Makes sense.
Nothing good, Will. Unfortunately, real quick, I will address some member stuff at the end of the show. Stick around for that. We'll give some updates on what's going on and discussing some other stuff. But breaking news, Will. Breaking news. And also, it's a rare occasion that Steve and Will have a day off together. It's like a solar eclipse. Doesn't happen very often, but when you do, you want to rush to see it. Hammer that subscribe button. Will, our guy, Amed Hassan, Tim Twentyman, and a lot of other people are tweeting out he's going to be down for a while with a pec injury. This is from Tim Twentyman. Rookie edge rusher Amed Hassan has a pec injury and will come down for a while, per Dan Campbell. Campbell said he doesn't know if he'll be able to return this season. Well, that's absolutely crushing news. Absolutely devastating.
Yeah, no, I get it. Sucks, man. It sucks, but I'm curious to see what's going on because I saw a tore pec, but there's two different ways that this thing could have went. Is it partially tore? That he could be back this season if it's partially tore. Or is it a full tear? So I don't know. Because I like Amed Hassan so much, I'm going to reserve hope that he'll be back this season. But either way it goes, prayers up for him, praying for a speedy recovery, and looking forward to seeing him in the future because I know he's not going anywhere, and he's going to be just like Hutch. He's just going to build this thing back up better than it was. So he'll fast, and can't wait to see you back playing on the field.
Sucks. Literally didn't even make it to the opening game, but I'm trying to find some breadcrumbs here, Will. And yeah, it doesn't say torn. It doesn't say anything specific. It just says pec injury, but with a comment of not being sure he'll be able to return this season. I feel like they're probably either way. Let's just count on Amed Hassan not playing football this year. Worst case scenario, that's probably what we're looking at. Brutal, Will. This is a kid who on draft day said, Dan Campbell, I'll die for you on the field. And now we're not going to get to see him play football. Kind of the Energizer bunny of that second wave of pass rushers. The kid was playing good in the preseason game. So this is a crushing blow to a potential fan favorite. I'm not sure if I want to give him that title of 100% fan favorite yet, Will, but how significant do you think this is going to be for the season?
I don't want to be disrespectful because I really like him, but it's not crazy significant. I don't want to make it like it's the end of the world or anything like that, but he's a guy that I think is going to be very impactful, with that said, for the Lions in the future, next season starting on. He's not a guy that I was expecting to be crazy impactful for this current season. Did I expect him on the back half of this thing to make some plays? I did. I even had daydream multiple times of him making a sack in the Super Bowl or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's been all types of things that I've thought about him kind of starting to catch on maybe during the playoff run and getting it. So I don't mean any of that in a disrespectful way. But for this current season, hitting the ground running, I think we got to lean on our veterans and then the young guy like Talik Williams more than it would have been Amed Hassan. He still has a lot of learning to do, but I think he's going to do all of that. And like I said before, I expect him to build his body back up and come back better whenever he does come back, whether it's this season or next season.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't have like crazy high expectations like he was going to come in and be like the defensive rookie of the year or anything. But I thought maybe like halfway through the season, if he could work on some technique stuff and get out there and maybe be an impact. And I thought he played really good in the preseason again. But I don't think that this is a panic button type loss. And I already know I'm already forecasting the people who are going to question the training staff, the way Dan Campbell runs practice, because lately, anytime someone gets injured, people are wanting to dive into all that stuff and thinking that we're doing something wrong from an organizational standpoint. It's football. He got hurt in a game. It wasn't in practice. And I don't know exactly what was going on the TV end of it, but I remember texting you when he was down on a knee, kind of gripping his shoulder. I said, I think he just broke his tailbone, which still I think would have been better than or collarbone. Yeah, I don't even remember what I said, which is better than the alternative of a torn pec in my opinion. Because I remember just a couple years ago, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson tore his pec like week 2, and he ended up coming back late in the season. So maybe it's not the craziest thing to think we could see him again this year, but if they're playing it safe with the young rookie, I think he's probably on the shelf for 2025.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the difference between him and Chauncey Gardner Johnson is the fact that he already had all that experience under his belt. So there's a lot of reps that he's going to miss by being out. And then as a rookie, I just don't know that what the exact value he'd offer by coming back late but missing all of that time, and what the risk is. Because when you understand how to do something, it becomes easier. When you don't know how to do it, your effort is more important. So he's going to make he was going to make a lot of plays in this current season based upon his mentality and his effort. That's what he'll have when he comes back. I think that puts him at more of a risk of re-injuring it. Let's get him 100% healed. Let him come back when he's healed, whenever that may be.
Yeah. So just looking at this from a depth chart standpoint, obviously they'll probably put him on the PUP, and that will open up a roster spot, I believe. So like we were talking yesterday, some guys who are in, some guys who are out, that opens up another spot for someone else to make this team. But when you look at that second wave of pass rushers, which is where we were putting Hassan, and shout out to his dad who comes on here and comments a lot too. We're thinking of your son. He was one of our favorite kids that we just drafted. So this sucks that we won't be able to get to see him most likely until next year. But how do you think this looks on the depth chart with who's going to play that second string defensive end spot where we were kind of slotting him at?
We have an abundance of people, Steve. I like what Keith Cooper's doing. I think Pat O'Connor is one of those hybrid guys that can play both spots. Nate Lynn, this might give him a better opportunity of making this roster. We got dudes. And I still want Za'Darius. I still want Matthew Judon, but I've said it before. I'll say it again. There's still no need to hit the panic button, and I don't think you'll see Brad hit the panic button. He's not going to say, oh, my God, we lost Amed Hassan. Now I got to go get these guys. If he's going to get Za'Darius, it's something that he's going to do already. If he's not, then this isn't going to change his mind. So I think that's where we sit. I like all of those guys that I just named as well. So I'm also not in a panic either. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I would like to shore up a little bit of peace of mind, but I'm glad you mentioned Matthew Judon, because I don't know if you saw, he's got a meeting with the Miami Dolphins today, who just won the preseason Super Bowl just the other night, and their fans are still celebrating in the streets. From what I hear, I've seen all kinds of stuff on TikTok where they're just looting and pillaging the city of Miami after the recent victory over the Detroit Lions that everyone jumped on here to remind us of. And also people saying, well, you guys didn't win a playoff game last year. You didn't make the playoffs last year. You haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. What are we even talking about here? But anyway, I would like to direct that flight midair, William, and turn it right around from Miami and fly that plane to DTW. And we pick up Matthew Judon and say, hey, why don't you come talk with Brad before you want to go down there to Miami, or Za'Darius Smith. So again, not a move that handcuffs Brad Holmes with his injury or something where he's forced to go out and do something. But I won't say that it's something that doesn't need to be addressed. If that's on the roster already and they're completely fine with the guys like Nate Lynn and El-Kadim Muhammad and those types of players, that's fine. But if you want to bring in a Za'Darius Smith or a Matthew Judon, I am more than okay with either one of those guys as well.
Agreed.
Do you have anything to say about the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl parade, Will, or how do you think that party's going?
My old coach used to say this: concentration on past accomplishments stifles future achievements. I'm not even thinking about what happened last season. If they want to hate on our last season, I'm glad you're thinking about us, right? I'm glad you're thinking about what we did and what we were doing last season. We're focused forward on what's coming this season, our tough schedule, just kicking the absolute ass of these Green Bay Packers and then coming home to do it to the Bears. Man, that's where my focus is. Forget those Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, also the Bears. They absolutely blew out the Bills yesterday, and people are, again, preseason champs, man. These preseason champions, we're handing out a lot of trophies for preseason achievements awards, Will. So I don't know. I guess we should just, not even show up this season and just take the year off, or just admit that it's going to be the Bears and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. Apparently that's what everyone's telling us on Twitter, is that Caleb Williams is him. And, he shredded the second string of Buffalo like no other. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't even see the point in really playing the year, because Chicago's already won the division, and them and Miami are going to meet in San Francisco for the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I guess we had a good run, and maybe we'll just start talking some early draft stuff here.
I think we're just going to go ahead and win the Super Bowl ourselves. I'm just really, I don't know my ring size. I'm more worried about that than I am the Bears.
Yeah, I hear you. Anything else to say about Amed Hassanin?
Just prayers up, man. Prayers up for him. Sucks. But everything happens for a reason. So maybe there's some type of divine reason why this thing happened the way that it did. And I'm just looking forward to seeing when he comes back.
All right. I hear you. 100%. Maybe we get a little bit of luck and we end up seeing him later in the season, but I don't know. I think he'll take advantage of the opportunity to go through like the meetings and stuff and that aspect of the NFL. I know you can't make up those reps on the field, but maybe he's one of those kids that's a in-person learner and not on the job. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping for the best possible scenario here, Will. But you want me to address some of the member stuff?
Yeah. What you got?
All right, guys. For those of you who have stuck around for the end of this episode, we do not have any control, access, any information regarding payments for memberships. We have zero to do with that. We do not have your card numbers on file. I cannot go to our YouTube channel page and hit submit payments for members. Will have nothing to do with that aspect of it. So I've seen some people saying that we double charged. I've given my theory that, some donations and other stuff that have been made was a one charge, and then your monthly membership probably came out. And I have no idea how Apple cards work, Will. I told you on the phone, I assume it's like a prepaid card, and once that money's out, you have to put money on it or get a new one. I don't know. But when it comes to the payment process, Steve and Will have zero to do with that. YouTube has one of the strictest privacy agreements out there. Like, we can't even hardly see sometimes if people are subscribers. So we sure as shit don't have access to debit cards or anything like that. That's all done through YouTube. All we can see is who is an active member on this day, and it refreshes at midnight. If your membership has been canceled, the next 24 hours, it will show us on our list who. It doesn't even show us who canceled it. We can just see that the number goes down. So
yeah,
when people are out there calling us thieves and that we stole from them, I have to address it. We have nothing to do with any of that stuff. And some people are flying off the handles, calling us thieves and bozos, but I don't know. We try to do these giveaways, and I know we haven't done one in a while. Believe it or not, I don't have a memorabilia shop right across the street from where I live, and with our work schedule, personal life, it takes a little time to get up to the place to get stuff. Do we have stuff on hand? Yes, we will be doing a giveaway before week 1. You have my word on that, but I just had to get on here and address that. Will, do you have anything further?
Nope, that's it, man. Just it's a YouTube controls all of that. So you sign up, and then we get a portion of it. We don't even get the whole thing. YouTube takes their portion, and then we get a portion. So, and I will say this for people who don't know, we're really close to even or maybe over the top on the things that we give away to the money that we're making. If you know anything about what we're getting for what we have for subscriberships, we don't have 100K subscribers. Like, we're doing this because we love the Detroit Lions and we love talking Detroit Lions football. We're not doing it because our pockets are getting padded. It's crazy heavy. So just to put that out there, because there's some people that think that we're living high on the hog over here.
I'm literally looking at my phone wondering if our real job is going to call me for some overtimes that I signed up for. So like that's where we are. So when it comes to that stuff, Steve and Will have no control. So especially for someone, and I'm not even going to say the name or try to like throw any shade, but we went above and beyond to help some people with their memberships who wanted to, like emailing, going back and forth, working with people, trying to help them set up a membership to help us out. So it's kind of a two-way street. So I'm going to leave it at that. Steve and Will have no control over debit cards, payments. We can't see any of your shit. I promise you on the Bible. I don't know what else to say, but stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.
Peace.